like old memories tonight. Orange halos floating in the humid summer sky. Corner stores glowing softly at the edge of sleep. A bicycle rolls slowly through the empty lane, tires whispering across yesterday's rain. Even the silence sounded warm at 1 a.m. You sat on the hood of the car beside me, shoes dangling above cracked concrete. Said, do you think people miss versions of themselves they can't return to? The question stayed hanging in the air, longer than the smoke from your coffee cup. Maybe nostalgia isn't about the past at all. Maybe it's grief for moments we didn't know were disappearing. And the streetlights hung low through the midnight heat, while old reggae drifted softly down the street. No one trying to be anything tonight, just existing quietly. Cars passing slow like tired thoughts, moonlight tangled in parking lots. For a little while, the whole world fell apart. There was a diner, still awake across the road. Waitress cleaning ketchup bottles one by one alone. Blue TV light flickering silently behind the glass. Someone laughed too hard from an upstairs balcony. A dog barked once, then fell asleep. The city stitched itself together with tiny sounds. You told me about summers from years ago, when nights fell endless and nobody checked the clock. When happiness arrived easier and left slower, I didn't interrupt. Some memories deserve room to breathe. How nighttime rearranges emotions, making ordinary moments feel cinematic, like loneliness and peace start resembling each other. The streetlights painted gold across your face tonight, soft enough to make the whole city feel kind. Every unfinished thought inside us quieted down. No pressure waiting in tomorrow yet. No need to solve our lives before sunrise. Just warm air and distant reggae floating through the dark. At some point we both stopped talking, not because the conversation ended, but because silence finally felt comfortable. A plane crossed slowly over the clouds, blinking red against the dark sky, the kind of sight that makes time feel bigger than you for a second. You lean back against the windshield glass, breathing like someone finally unwinding, and honestly, I think I was too. Maybe healing isn't dramatic music swelling in the background. Maybe it's simply nights where your chest hurts a little less than yesterday. No miracles tonight, no life-changing speeches, just buzzing streetlights or midnight air, and reggae songs echoing softly between apartment buildings. The streetlights buzz like old memories tonight, like the city itself was trying to comfort us quietly, not fix us, just sit beside us for a while. Maybe that's enough sometimes. Maybe peace begins the moment life stops demanding that we hurry. Some nights don't change your life, they just make staying in it feel easier. The night bus smelled like rain and cigarettes, fogged up windows, tired silhouettes, streetlights sliding sideways through the glass like fading thoughts. An old driver humming softly to himself, one cracked photo tape beside the wheel, the kind of face that looked like he'd seen everything already. You drop coins into the machine half asleep, wet shoelaces dragging down the aisle slowly, then sat beside me without saying much at all. Outside the city drifting neon colors, inside everyone carried invisible weather. Maybe loneliness looks different on everybody. Some wear it loudly, some hide it beneath headphones and tired eyes. And the night bus rode through empty avenues, past laundromats and midnight fast food rooms. No one asking where we came from or where we'd end up, just reggae leaking softly through cheap earbuds. Rainwater shining underneath the wheels. For a little while the whole world moved slowly with us. A woman slept holding grocery bags too tight. Teenagers laughed somewhere near the back seat. A man in office clothes stared blankly at his reflection. The bus stopped under flickering motel signs, picked up silence, carried it downtown. Even the air felt heavy with unfinished stories. You whispered, do you think everyone's secretly exhausted? I watched red brake lights blur through rain before answering, probably more than they admit. Funny how public places at night feel strangely personal, like strangers accidentally sharing the same quiet sadness together. And the night bus drifted deeper through the dark, past corner stores and flooded parking lots. Every tired soul inside it looks softer somehow. No pressure trying to impress anybody, no pretending life was going perfectly, just breathing through another night, side by side. At some point the rain finally slowed, condensation fading from the windows. The city outside looked washed clean for a moment. You rested your head against the glass, watching apartment lights blur past, like every glowing window held a separate universe. And maybe they did. Maybe everyone's just trying to make it home without falling apart too loudly. Maybe that's what cities really are, millions of quiet survival stories, passing each other at red lights. No dramatic revelations tonight, no perfect closure, just engine hum, wet streets, and old reggae songs floating through tired speakers at 2:11 a.m. Oh, the night bus smelled like rain and cigarettes, and somehow that sadness felt comforting instead. Not beautiful exactly, just honest, and somewhere between the empty stops and the city glowing outside the glass, we stopped trying to outrun life for a couple quiet miles. Life stopped coming up.
Some places feel like time forgot them, and maybe that's why people keep coming back.
The arcade stayed bright until morning again, neon colors flickering across tired friends, pixel spaceships exploding endlessly in electric blue. Outside the rain kept soaking downtown streets, but inside it smelled like old wires and cheap drinks, like somebody preserved 2007 inside four walls. sleep. I let you in on purpose. Maybe growing older just means finding smaller ways to feel young again. Tiny escapes hidden inside ordinary nights. And the arcade lights go through the dark tonight, while reggae drifted soft beneath machine sounds. No future waiting to be solved, just flashing colors for a little while. We forgot deadlines and unanswered texts, just button mashing, laughing too loud, and staying awake past reason. Someone played pinball near the back non-stop. A couple shared fries beside the claw machine. Every screen reflected little pieces of lonely people trying to feel lighter. We sat cross-legged on the sticky floor, talking about summers from years before, when staying out late still felt infinite somehow. A basketball machine kept yelling, try again, like life packaged into bright red letters. We laughed harder than the joke deserved. Maybe exhaustion makes everything funnier. Funny how nostalgia arrives unexpectedly, not through huge moments, but through sounds, smells, and dim neon light. The arcade kept buzzing softly after midnight, like a shelter for people avoiding home too early. Every flashing machine seemed to say, stay a little longer. No pressure trying to become somebody tonight. No pretending adulthood made any sense. Just old games, warm reggae, and temporary freedom. By 3 a.m. half the machines went dark. Employees sweeping quietly through the aisles. The whole place looked softer without the crowd. You leaned against the prize counter tired, holding a tiny plastic ring you won. Said, crazy how nights like this matter later. And you were probably right, because someday we'll forget most of the stressful parts of these years, but we'll remember neon reflections, rain outside glass doors, and reggae humming through worn out speakers while we laughed at nothing important. No major life lessons tonight, no dramatic ending scene, just tired happiness, flashing lights, and the relief of not needing to think so hard for a few hours. The arcade stayed bright until morning again, like it knew none of us were ready to go back to real life yet. And maybe healing sometimes looks childish, cheap games, warm music, and staying awake with people who make the world feel later.
turned off. But I kinda wish they didn't.
Some roads don't really take you somewhere. They just remind you to breathe it again.
There's a half-empty coffee by the window side. Map folded wrong, but we still drive. Sunlight flickers through the tall palm trees like old memories. We laugh when the radio loses sound, then sing the lyrics anyway somehow. The road keeps stretching like it knows we're not going home yet. A red scooter passes in the heat. Kids play soccer barefoot in the street. Everything feels beautifully unfinished and strangely complete. Maybe peace was never something far. Maybe it was hidden in slow hours, in cheap motel lights and ocean air after dark. So leave the window open wide tonight. Let the salt wind change your mind. No destination, no perfect plan, just moonlight. And if tomorrow never hurries in, we can stay where the waves begin, somewhere between the sea and sky. We feel alive. Street musicians near the corner store, old Bob Marley sticker on the door, tiny neon signs blinking through the rain at 2 a.m. Your sandals hanging from your fingertips, hair still messy from the ocean wind. You say, I wish life always felt exactly like this. Taxi lights blur against the shore, late night diners keeping people warm. Everybody carrying stories they don't tell. Funny how the world slows down at night, like the city finally stops to fight. And for a little while we forget what waits ahead. Leave the dashboard glowing in the dark, let the reggae play its part. Every tired piece of who we are softens here. And if the morning comes too soon, we'll chase another lazy moon, somewhere beyond the traffic noise. There's peace for us. Maybe growing up just means learning not to rush the beautiful things, watching sunlight disappear slowly into the sea. Maybe happiness is not a place, maybe it's just certain kinds of days, like old songs floating through warm air after rain. And when this night becomes a memory, I know one thing will stay with me, the feeling that for once in life we move slowly.
No deadlines, no bad news, no thinking too hard about the future. Just headlights, warm wind, and songs older than both of us.
Leave the whole world far behind tonight. We got stars and dashboard lights. No pressure trying to define this life. Just breathe. And if these roads don't ever end, I don't think I'd mind it then. Some journeys aren't about arriving, just feeling free.
relaxation after all.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever trying to get there on time. We missed a turn about an hour ago. Now we're driving roads nobody knows. Gas station, coffee, and tangled headphones on the floor. Raindrops racing sideways on the glass. Billboard lights fading as we pass. You drew smiley faces in the fall with your hand. There's something funny about getting lost, like the world stops keeping score. Go on asking who we are or what we're running for. Maybe freedom isn't loud, maybe it's these small detours somehow. Late night roads and tired songs turned up low. We missed the turn on purpose tonight, just to watch the city lights disappear behind us slowly in the rain. No schedule falling at our sleeves, no pressure saying who to be. Just the road, the dark, the radio, and you with me. Tiny motel, glowing turquoise blue. Old ceiling fan making lazy loops. Reggae playing softly through the wall next door. You steal fries right out my paper tray. Say my playlist all sound the same, then hum along to every single song anyway. Truck stop, neon flickers overhead, motorcycles humming past instead. Everything feels temporary but alive. Funny how the night can heal things we never learned to speak about. Somewhere between silence and headlights we calm down. We missed the turn on purpose again, letting nowhere be the plan. Every mile somehow feels like enough. No finish line we need to chase, no perfect future we must save. Just moonlight stretching on the hood like silver waves. Somewhere near a town we never learned, streetlights glow amber at every turn. A dog sleeps outside a corner shop without concern. You lean your head against the seat, say this kind of quiet feels unique. Like maybe life gets better when we stop trying so hard. And maybe all these wrong directions were exactly what we needed, not to find a place, but to lose the marks. No rush, no reason to explain ourselves tonight. Just wet roads, warm air, and songs drifting through broken speakers. We missed the turn on purpose tonight, and honestly, it feels alright. Every Corner store stayed open after midnight. Fluorescent colors washing through the rain outside. Old man humming to a reggae tune, Uriah tune. Microwave dinners turning slowly in the back. Someone buying cigarettes and snacks. Taxi headlights sliding quietly across the glass. You wore that oversized jacket again, sleeves hiding both your hands. Said let's walk until the city feels less loud. And somehow under tired neon signs, life didn't seem that hard tonight. Maybe healing doesn't always arrive like fireworks or grand designs. Maybe sometimes it's just finding a softer night. Simply doing fine. Laundry spinning in a tiny laundromat. Late night buses rumbling past. Street reflections shaking softly in the puddles. A kid on a skateboard flew downhill fast, laughing like the world could never crash. And honestly, for a second there, I believed him. You pointed at the cloudy sky, said the moon looked half asleep tonight. Then asked me if I thought people ever really change. I said maybe, be slowly, like ocean shaping stone. Funny how the quiet eyes reveal the thoughts daytime hides beneath the noise. At 2 a.m. even strangers look a little lonely. So we wandered with nowhere to go, hands buried deep inside our coats. Streetlights glowing gold on empty roads. No pressure pulling at our backs, no future we needed mapped. Just slow songs drifting through the cold night air. Waitress looked half awake, still smiled while pouring coffee late. Tiny kindness in exhausted places is different. Some couple argued near the train, then kissed before it left again. Yes, love survives in strange ways in this city. And somewhere between tired conversations, traffic sounds, and train vibrations, just certain people beside you when the night gets long. No spotlight, no perfect ending, no dramatic lesson tonight. Just warm coffee, wet pavement, and songs older than the buildings around us. We wander through the midnight streets, PBs slow to steady beats, and somehow all the noise inside got quieter. No miracle changed our lives, the world still spun the same outside, but for a little while everything felt lighter. Norfolk nights like this set people more than they realize. Nothing open but the night and a gas station sign. Blue light flickering like a tired state of mind. Shopping carts asleep beside the curb in crooked lines. The rain had just finished 10 minutes ago. Wet pavement shining underneath the glow. Every passing car sounded far away and slow. You pull your hood up from the cold. Said this weather makes the world feel old. They laughed at how dramatic that sounded out loud. And honestly, I knew exactly what you meant. Maybe nighttime tells the truth more gently, softening the sharp edges of the day. Maybe silence is the only place thoughts can breathe. Nothing open but the night tonight, just street lights and tired eyes. No expectations left to carry through the dark. No need talking just to fill the air. Some peace only appears out here, between the rain and the reggae songs we let go. Vending machine buzzing quietly alone. Tiny insects circling neon tones. Train tracks humming somewhere underneath the cold. You bought cheap coffee in a paper cup. Said adulthood feels mostly making stuff up. I laughed too hard because you weren't wrong. There was a couple dancing at a red light. No music playing, just headlights. Like they forgot the rest of the world existed. Maybe they did. Funny how the lonely hours create the most honest versions of ourselves. At midnight even strangers seem more human somehow. Nothing open but the night again. No destination, no pretend. Just cold air moving softly through our clothes. No pressure trying to understand life. No urgency to make things right. For a little while we simply existed. revelations, just breathing slower than usual tonight. Just wet sneakers, cold fingertips, and old reggae songs leaking through cheap speakers. Nothing open but the night tonight, and maybe that's exactly why everything finally felt a little quieter. No grand meaning waiting at the end, no lesson bigger than this. Sometimes surviving life looks like slowing down long enough to feel it. Maybe the city sleeps so people can hear themselves again.
We didn't really leave for a reason. We just needed somewhere quieter than our thoughts.
The highway didn't ask questions when we left town. Didn't care who was broken or burned out. Just stretched endlessly beneath the tires without a sound. Streetlights disappeared one by one behind us, like old conversations losing meaning in the dust. You rested your feet up on the dashboard, half asleep. There was a storm somewhere far out west, lightning flickering behind the clouds in silhouettes. But out here the air felt strangely calm. For once, like the night decided to leave us alone. Maybe freedom isn't fixing everything. Maybe it's simply driving long enough for your mind to stop screaming. And the highway didn't ask where we were going, didn't need explanations.
her town with no name. Tiny diner glowing softly through the rain. Waitress pouring coffee like she'd done it her whole life. Truckers talking low in the corner booths. A baseball game playing on the muted news. Everything felt suspended outside of time. You drew circles in the fogged up glass. Said, do you think people are happier when they stop trying so hard? I watched headlights move across wet pavement before answering maybe. Funny how silence changes shape at night, becoming less empty and more like peace. The highway kept unfolding endlessly, like there was nowhere we needed to be. Every mile slowly untied, something heavy inside us. No countdowns, no deadlines, no pretending we had life figured out. Just movement and breathing at the same speed. At some point the rain completely stopped. Clouds opening slowly above the dark. Stars appearing one at a time over the hills. You finally fell asleep beside the window. City light reflections fading from your face. And for the first time in months, everything felt unreal. No future to solve tonight, no past chasing us down. Just tires humming softly against the road, like a lullaby. Maybe healing isn't dramatic. Maybe nobody claps when it happens. Maybe it sounds more like late night engines, rain drying on the pavement, and songs older than your memories. The highway never asked us to explain ourselves, never cared if we were lost. It simply gave us room to beat again. And somewhere between the dark roads and fading radio stations, we stopped trying to escape life and just existed inside it. We never really found a destination, but maybe that was the point. funny. Everything feels less heavy when you're far enough above it. City looks softer from the rooftop tonight. Windows glowing gold under washed out skies. Traffic moving slowly far below like rivers of light. Someone downstairs played old reggae too loud. Bass drifting upward through the clouds. The kind of song that makes strangers feel nostalgic somehow. You sat cross-legged near the edge, holding cheap convenience store coffee to your chest. Said, do you ever feel like everyone's just trying not to fall apart? The wind answered cross. Maybe adulthood is mostly learning how to carry invisible weight gracefully. And maybe peace is finding someone who notices when you're tired. The city noise tonight, watching airplanes cross the sky. No big dreams to figure out, just breathing slow. And for a little while the world below didn't seem so cold. Just distant headlights glowing quietly in the dark. There was laundry hanging from the next building over. Late night arguments leaking through open shutters. Someone laughing hard enough to echo through the alleyway. A cat climbed carefully across a rusty rail. Street vendors packed their carts away. Even the tired neon signs look beautiful from here. You asked me if I thought people change, or if they only learn better ways to hide the same fears as before. I took too long answering. Funny how nighttime turns cities human, like every apartment window high. Someone quietly trying their best. We stayed where the rooftop met the sky, where silence felt easier to find. No pressure trying to outrun life for one night. No pretending we had answers yet. No chasing versions of success. Just old songs floating warm across the wind. At some point the conversation slowed. Not awkward, just peaceful. Like both of us finally stopped trying to sound okay. A helicopter blinked across the clouds, then disappeared without a sound. And somehow that felt important for reasons I can't explain. Maybe healing isn't loud at all. Maybe it looks like rooftops, warm coffee, and someone sitting beside you without asking anything from you. No spotlight moments, no life-changing speech. Just went through unfinished buildings, old reggae melody, and the relief of not needing to perform happiness tonight. The city looks softer from the rooftop tonight, like even broken things could shine under the right kind of light. And somewhere above the noise below, we stopped carrying the whole world for a couple quiet hours. Maybe that was a night. Some nights don't fix your life,
They just make it feel survivable again.
There's something comforting about places that stay awake with you.
Rain taps softly on the convenience store window. Tiny rivers sliding down neon glow. The cashier looked half asleep behind the counter light. Microwave turning somebody's midnight meal. Old reggae drifting low and unreal. Outside taxis hiss across the sunken street. You stood near the coffee machine in silence, hands buried deep inside your sleeves again, like you were trying to stay warm for more than weather. And honestly, I think I was too. Maybe loneliness feels smaller in places filled with humming lights. Maybe humans were never meant to carry life alone at night. Rain on the convenience store window tonight. Streetlights melting into blurred white lines. No perfect words, no grand advice, just quiet company. And for a little while, the city stopped feeling so cold. Just warm coffee, slow reggae, and somewhere safe to breathe. A plagueist biker rushed back through the rain, shoes squeaking, water across the tile again. Two teenagers laughed too loud near the snack aisle. Someone outside waited underneath the ATM roof, smoking slowly like he had nowhere to move. The whole night felt suspended between exhausted and peaceful. You asked me, do you think people ever really leave? I watched the storm gather in the parking lot before answering, maybe little by little. Funny how storms outside sometimes quiet storms inside. Like the rain absorbs thoughts too heavy to explain. all somehow looked beautiful tonight. No pressure trying to solve our lives, no pretending everything's alright, just existing quietly together after midnight. The storm slowed down around 3 a.m. Cars moved quieter than before then. Even the city sounded tired under the rain. You finally smiled at something small, a crooked umbrella near the wall, and somehow that tiny moment felt important. Maybe peace doesn't arrive dramatically. Maybe it sneaks in through ordinary nights. Warm drinks, wet streets, and someone staying beside you. Tell the refrain sings, no miracles tonight, no setting in. And reggae songs too old to remember where you first heard them. Rain on the convenience store window tonight, and somehow everything felt lighter inside. Not fixed, just easier to carry for a while. And maybe that's enough. Maybe survival looks exactly like this, staying awake together until the storm moves on. The rain finally stopped, but neither of us hurried to leave. Some places feel temporary until you realize they held a piece of your life today. The laundromat played reggae after 1 a.m. Tiny speakers buzzing near the ceiling fan. Washing machines spinning stories in silver circles. Outside, the rain still covered half the street. Traffic lights blinking red with nobody to see. The whole neighborhood felt paused between exhaustion and sleep. You sat on top of a folding table reading old magazine pages backwards. Said, why do late nights always make people honest? I watch socks tumble behind the glass before answering, because there's less noise to hide inside. Maybe the world softens after midnight, when everyone stops pretending they have everything figured out, and machine, just quiet life. Fresh clothes, tired eyes, reggae floating under fluorescent skies. For a little while, everything felt clean again. A man in work boots slept near machine 3, head tilted sideways like gravity won gently. Someone left a note that read, "Be kind, rough week." Two college kids argued over missing change, then laughed halfway through the blame. Even small disasters felt harmless at this hour. You stretched your arms above your head, said you missed when summers felt endless, when staying awake all night still felt magical somehow. And honestly, I miss that too. Funny how ordinary places become sacred when life gets heavy enough, like peace starts hiding in boring little corners of the world. And the laundromat floats softly in the rain like a shelter nobody talks about. Every spinning machine sounded strangely forbidden tonight. No pressure waiting outside those doors, no future demanding more, just warm air and old reggae songs looping slowly. The rain finally stopped around closing time, wet streets reflecting orange traffic signs. Morning was beginning quietly at the edges of the sky. You folded hoodies with sleepy hands, like small routines could still save a person. Maybe they can. A bus passed nearly empty outside, one passenger staring into dawn light, probably carrying thoughts too heavy for mornings, just like everyone else. No life lessons tonight, no cinematic ending, just detergent smelling warm air, coins rattling in old machines, unlimited slogans making lonely places feel less lonely. Then the laundromat played reggae after 1 a.m. and somehow the whole city breathed slower then, not happier, just softer around the edges. And maybe healing isn't dramatic, maybe it's small moments like this, clean clothes, warm lights, and somebody staying beside you until morning. Funny, I don't think either of us wanted to go again. Conversations only happen when there's nowhere left to rush to. We stayed until the coffee shop closed again. Chairs flipped upside down one by one at the end. Baristas wiping counters slowly under dim gold lights. Rain-painted streaks across the window glass. People hurried home while taxis passed. But somehow inside that tiny room, time moved slower. You trace circles on the paper cup set. Do you think people ever really grow up? I laugh quietly, cause honestly I still feel 17 sometimes. Outside the city kept breathing hard. Inside we pretended it could wait. Maybe comfort isn't loud at all. Maybe it's someone staying long enough to hear the thoughts you usually hide. So we stayed while the coffee got cold tonight, listening to old reggae under yellow lights. No big answers waiting to be found, just calm conversation. And for a little while, life stopped pushing quite so hard. Just warm cups, tired smiles, and rain outside the dark. The espresso machine sighed like it was tired too. Last song playing softly somewhere near the back room. An employee danced badly while mopping floors after midnight. You told me stories I'd never heard before, about old apartments and grocery store jobs, about nights you cried in parked cars without telling anyone. I wanted to say something wise, something that could heal all of it instantly, but instead I just listened. And somehow that felt more important. Funny how people become more honest when the world gets quieter, like darkness gives thoughts permission to finally speak. Oh, we stayed until the city lights blurred outside, street reflections stretching through the rain tonight. Everything fragile somehow looked beautiful here. No pressure trying to fix the future, no pretending we were doing great, just existing softly together past midnight. The workers finally stacked the final chair. One of them smiled politely in our direction like, you don't have to leave yet, but we're definitely closing. Outside the rain had nearly stopped, streetlights glowing on the wet parking lot. The whole city smelled like pavement and cold air. You pulled your jacket tighter, said I wish nights like this lasted longer. I looked at the empty cafe behind us and thought, me too. No dramatic endings, no perfect advice, just tired people finding temporary peace inside warm places with old muted prayer. Maybe that's enough sometimes. Oh, we stayed until the coffee shop closed tonight, and somehow the weight inside us felt lighter, not gone, just easier to carry home. And maybe healing looks smaller than we expect, laying drying on sidewalks, soft reggae in tiny speakers, and someone who doesn't rush your silence. The lights turned off behind us, but neither of us wanted the night to end. There's a certain kind of loneliness only late night stations understand. Train sounded lonely tonight. Metal wheels screaming softly under fluorescent lights. Half-empty platform, vending machine glow. Cold midnight air. A tired man slept holding yesterday's news. Someone played reggae quietly through cheap headphones nearby. The whole station felt suspended outside of time. You leaned against the yellow safety line, hands tucked deep in oversized sleeves. Said, do you ever feel like everyone's just trying to survive differently? The train arrived before I answered. Maybe cities hide their sadness well, burying it underneath traffic noise and busy days. But after midnight, everything becomes easier to hear. And the last train rolled slowly through the dark tonight, carrying strangers under tired white lights. No one speaking much, just quiet breathing. Outside the windows, the city blurred by, wet streets reflecting sleepless skies. For a little while, we belong nowhere together. And the test stands flicker against scratched up glass. Stations passing slowly one by one outside. A couple argued softly near the train doors, then held hands anyway. You laugh watching someone nearly miss their stop. Coffee spilling everywhere across their lap. Even exhaustion looks strangely human at this hour. Then your voice got quieter suddenly. Do you think people ever stop feeling lost? I watched tunnel lights flash across your face before saying, I don't know. Maybe we just get better at carrying it. Trains feel comforting, like motion itself can convince the heart things will eventually change. The last train hummed beneath the sleeping town, like a lullaby for people not ready to go home yet. Every tired face carried stories nobody asked about. No pressure trying to explain ourselves tonight. No pretending everything made sense. Just warm reggae leaking softly into the dark. At the final station, almost everyone disappeared, leaving silence hanging heavier in the air. The train doors opened slowly like a tired sigh. Outside, the streets were nearly empty now. Convenience store lights buzzing in the cold. The city looked softer at 2:43 a.m. You stretched your arms towards the sky, said the night smelled like rain and electricity, and somehow that description made perfect sense. Maybe healing isn't dramatic, maybe sometimes it's just making it home a little less alone. No revelations tonight, no perfect ending, just train tracks humming beneath the city, street lights flickering through fog, and old reggae songs making strangers feel connected for a moment. One last train sounded lonely tonight, but maybe so did everyone inside it. Still, we kept moving forward together, and maybe that's all life really is sometimes. Tired hearts sharing quiet spaces while the city keeps glowing outside the window. The station disappeared behind us, but the feeling stayed a while longer. I was drifting with the open tide, no direction, nowhere to arrive. Every wave would carry me away from what felt right. I was chasing lines across the sea, searching for a place to be, but every horizon I could see wasn't meant for me. Then you came like quiet land, soft beneath my restless hands, and for the first time in my life I could stand. You don't ask me where I've been, you just let me breathe again, and in the calm of what you are, I begin. You're my final shore, I don't drift no more. Every wave just leads me to your door. Every breath, every move finds the truth. If forever's like the sea, then you're where I'm meant to be. In your love I finally find my peace. We don't race against the tide, we just let the moment guide. Every silence that we share feels alive. You don't hold me out of fear, you just stay and keep me near. Like the moon that pulls the sea, you are here. They say love can lose its way, fade into a distant gray, but what we have won't drift apart sky, I will still be here with you by your side. We are written in the deed, in the promises we keep, not in words but in the way we don't leave. Through the years that rearrange, through the loss and through the change, I will love you just the same, won't change. If the world becomes too loud and I'm lost within the crowd, I will find you in the calm we allow. If my voice begins to fade and my words just drift away, you will hear me in the love that will stay. You're my final shore, I remain. Through every joy, every pain, every breath speaks your name. Once again, you're my final shore, I am yours. Not by chance, but by a force of a love that restores what was lost can feel. Every step that I take, every vow that I make, if love lies, it's in you. I await. I await. In in your love, I know. Oh, yeah. There's a space where nothing needs to be said, where your presence gently fills instead. Every word I never spoke lives in what you read. I was living in a scattered mind, trying hard to leave it all behind. Every feeling came and went like a passing line. Then you found me in the quiet air, not with noise but just by being there. And in that stillness I became fully aware. You don't ask me to explain, you just stand within the rain. And somehow in your steady calm I remain. In the silence we speak, I hear you. Every breath feels like it's true. Every pause, every view leads me through. If forever has a sound, it's the hush when you're around. In your love I have found something real. We don't rush what we can feel, we just let it slowly heal. Every moment turns into something real. You don't hold me out of fear, you just stay and keep me near. Like a whisper through the dark, you appear. They say love can fade away, lost within the weight of days. But what we have don't break or bend, it stays. and the ground beneath us shakes, I will still be here with you, wide awake. We are written in the deep, in the promises we keep, not in words but in the way we don't leave. Through the years that rearrange, through the loss and through the change, I will love you just the same, won't change. If the world becomes too loud and I'm lost within the crowd, I will find you in the hush we allow. If my voice begins to fade and my words just drift away, you will hear me in the love that will stay. In the silence we speak, I remain. Through every joy, every pain, every breath speaks your name. Once again, in the silence we speak, I am yours, not by chance, but by a force of a love that restores all before. Every step that I take, every vow that I make, if love lives, it's in you. I reign. In the silence we speak, no goodbye, only me and you. You've been carrying a heavy sky, hiding storms behind your eyes. Every step you try to take feels like a fight. You don't have to stand alone, you don't have to hold your own. There's a place right here with me you can call home. I can feel it in your breath, all the things you never said. You don't have to speak it out, I understand. You don't need to be that strong, you've been holding it too long. Let it fall, let it break, where you belong. Lay your world on me tonight, don't be afraid. I'll be here, I won't let it fade. Every tear, every way we can face. We don't have to fix it all, we just stand and let it fall. Every silence in between heals it all. You don't have to hide your scars, they're the proof of who you are. And to me they shine brighter than the stars. They say love can come and go, break apart and lose control, but what we have is steady, deep and whole. When your hand is in my hand, you don't need to understand. You can rest, you can stay, just as you are. Lay your world on me, I'll stay through the night. If the world comes crashing down and you feel like you might drown, I will be the steady ground you found. We are stronger than the fear, than the doubt that lingers near. In the way we hold each other, we are clear. Through the years that rearrange, through the loss and through the change, I will love you just the same, won't change. If the world becomes too loud and you're lost within the crowd, you can find me in the calm we allow. If your voice begins to break and your heart begins to shake, I will hold you through the love that we made. Lay your world on me, I remain. Through every joy, every pain, every breath speaks your name once again. Lay your world on me, I am yours, not by chance, but by a force of a love that restores what was torn. Every step that we take, every vow that we make. If love lies, it's in us, we wait. Lay it down, I'm right here. You're not alone. Stay with me. There's a feeling I can't explain, like the sun behind the rain. Even when you're far away, you remain. I was living in a distant place, trying hard just to find my space. Every moment felt so empty, out of place. Then you came without a sound, like the air that wraps around. And in your love I finally settled down. You don't need to hold me tight, still I feel you every night. And somehow in your quiet way, you're my light. I feel you even when you're not here, like a whisper in the air. Every breath, everywhere, you are there. It forever feels this near, like your voice I always hear. Then I know I never had anything to you. We don't need to say a word, still our hearts are always heard. Every silence speaks a truth undisturbed. You don't hold me out of fear, you just stay and keep me near. Like a rhythm soft and clear, you appear. They say love can fade away, lost within the weight of days. But what we have don't disappear, it stays. When your presence fills the air, even
searching through 1,000 doors, trying to find what I was looking for. Every place I thought was home felt unsure. I was walking through a restless mind, leaving pieces of myself behind. Every step I tried to take lost its line. Then you came without a sound, like a truth I never found. And in your arms I finally settled down. You don't ask me who I've been, you just let me start again. And in the calm of what you are, I begin. Home was always you, I can see. Every road just led to me, back to you. Every breath, every move felt so true. If forever feels like this, like a quiet endless kiss, then I know that love exists here with you. We don't need to chase the light, we just turn the dark to right. Every silence feels like something right. You don't hold me out of fear, you just stay and keep me near, like a place I always knew you are here. They say love can fade away, lose its warmth and drift to gray, but what we have don't slip with time, it stays. When your fingers touch my hand, like they always understand, I don't need a bigger plan, here I stand. Home was always you, I remain. Through the joy and through the pain, every doubt, every strain falls away. If forever softly real, then it's something I can feel. In your arms I finally learned to heal. If the world begins to change and we're standing in the rain, I will still be here with you just the same. We are written in the deep, in the promises we keep, not in words but in the way we don't leave. Through the years that rearrange, through the loss and through the change, I will love you just the same, won't change. If the world becomes too loud and I'm lost within the crowd, I will find you in the calm we allow. If my voice begins to fade and my words just drift away, you will hear me in the love that will stay. Home was always you, I remain. Through every joy, every pain, every breath speaks your name once again. Home was always you, I am yours, not by chance but by a force of a love that restores. in your love. I'm not alone. Moonlight falling on your skin so slow, like the kind of peace I've never known. Every shadow in a room tonight starts to glow. I was tired of pretending strong, smiling even when it felt all wrong, trying hard to keep my heart alive for so long. Then you came like midnight rain, soft enough to heal the pain, and every broken piece in me changed its name. You don't pull me with control, you just touch my soul real slow, and somehow in your quiet love I let go. Stay close while the night falls slow, don't let this feeling go. Every breath, every move pulls me to you. It forever starts tonight, underneath these city lights. Then I know I found my home in your eyes. We don't need to say too much, love is written in your touch. Every silence in between says enough. You don't love me for display, you just stay when others fade. Like the stars that hold the dark, you remain. People say love disappears, fades away with passing years, but what we have feels deeper than all those fears. When your fingers lock with mine, everything just feels aligned, like the universe decided this was right. Stay close while the night falls slow, like a river, let it flow. Every scar, every fear disappears. It forever sounds this sweet, like your heartbeat next to me. Then I know this kind of love runs deep. If the world begins to shake and the colors start to fade, I will still be next to you, unashamed. We are more than fleeting days, more than words people can say. In the shelter of your love, I feel safe. Through the chaos, through the change, through the fire, through the rain, I will love you just the same, won't change. If your tears begin to fall, I will catch them through it all. You don't ever have to hide behind walls. If my voice begins to break and my soul begins to shake, you will hold me through the dark till it fades. Stay close while the night falls slow, never let this feeling go. sunlight on the dashboard glow. Windows down and nowhere else to go. City noise keeps fading in the rear. Feels so clear. Coffee warmth and reggae on the breeze. Palm trees dancing softly with the sea. Every mile feels lighter than before. Wanting more. We don't need a perfect plan tonight. Just the road and fading golden light. Every moment moving naturally, wild and free. Leave your worries with the tide. Let the sunset be your guide. Everything you need is here by your side. Take it slow beside the ocean blue. Let the warm wind carry you. Every smile, every view feels brand new. If tomorrow takes its time, we'll just flow with every ride. In this moment we are free, you and me. Small cafe beside the sandy shore. Old guitar playing through the open door. Strangers laughing like they've met before. Wanting more. Golden hours turning into night. Stars appearing one by one so bright. Every heartbeat moving with the waves. Easy days. No rush living in this state of mind. Leave the heavy thoughts and noise behind. Every breath feels softer than before. To the core. Feel the rhythm in your soul. Let the island spirit flow. Life is sweeter when you learn to let go. Take it slow beside the ocean breeze. Nothing here we have to chase. Every laugh, every face feels okay. If forever feels like this, like a calm and endless kiss, then I know that happiness lives today. Maybe life don't need so much, just good friends and honest touch. Little moments turning into simple love. Watching headlights pass us by underneath the purple sky. Every second feels enough tonight. Through the changing highs and lows, one thing everybody knows: peace is found in slowing down your soul. If your heart gets tired someday, take the coastal road away. Let the music heal the weight you can't say. When the world moves way too fast, these small moments always last. In the calm we finally learn how to laugh. Take it slow beside the ocean blue. Every sunset feels so new. Every dream, every truth pulls us through. Take it slow and let it be, like the waves upon the sea. In this life the sweetest things are still free. Every road that we take, every memory we make, feels like sunshine on the skin late in spring. Take it slow, feel the breeze. Ocean air sets you free. Sunlight dancing on the windshield line. Easy reggae playing low tonight. Open roads and peaceful state of mind. Feeling light. No destination written in our plans. Just warm coffee in our tired hands. Let the coastline lead us where it wants. no demands. City pressure fading far away, like old worries slowly losing shape. Every mile feels softer in the glow of the day. Leave the noise behind your soul, let the evening take control. Sometimes peace is simply learning to go slow. Drive slow under golden skies, feel the warm wind pass us by. Every road, every life feels alive. If tomorrow comes too fast, we'll just make this moment last. In the rhythm of the waves, we feel right. Little diner by the ocean side, old jukebox and laughter through the night. Strangers singing like they've known this life all this time. Barefoot walking where the tide rolls in, salt air moving softly on our skin. Every heartbeat moving with the groove of the wind. We don't need expensive things to smile, just good music and a little while. Sometimes freedom lives inside simple nights. Feel the rhythm in your chest, let your every mind just rest. Life feels sweeter when you stop chasing stress. Drive slow under sunset gold, let the peaceful feeling flow. Every laugh, every song pulls us close. If forever feels like this, like a warm and gentle kiss, then I know the best of life. Move slow. Watching headlights fading down the coast, talking about the dreams we wanted most. No rush living in this state tonight, just the flow. Purple skies and fading summer heat, old sandals tapping softly to the beat. Every second feels enough to keep. Through the chaos of the world outside, there's a calm we always seem to find. Somewhere between the sea and sky, we unwind. If your heart gets tired someday, take the long road by the waves. Let the music wash the way, far away. When the world moves way too fast, simple moments always last. In the breeze we finally learn how to laugh. Drive slow under golden skies, feel the freedom in the night. Every dream, every life feels alive. Drive slow and just breathe it in, let the good vibes pull you in this life the little things mean everything. Every road that we take, every memory we make, feels like sunshine on our souls as we sway. Golden sky, feel the breeze, feel alive. running circles through city lights. Every dream I tried to hold would fade away. I was drowning in my overthinking mind, trying hard just to survive the time. Every road I walked before felt cold inside. Then you came like golden light, softly waking up my life, and every broken part of me came alive. You don't force the way we move, you just let my heart fall through, and somehow in your gentle soul I feel new. Your love feels like slow sunrise, warming every dark inside. Every breath, every smile stays a while. If forever looks this bright, like your eyes under moonlight, then I know I found my life here with you. We don't rush what's meant to grow, we just let the feeling flow. Every silence turns into something close. You don't love me for a show, you just see into my soul. Like the ocean needs the moon, you pull me close. People say that love can fade, disappear like summer rain, but what we have feels deeper than words can say. When your fingers touch my skin, like they know where I have been, I don't wanna hide again, let you in. Your love feels like slow sunrise, like the dawn after hard nights. Every fear, every scar doesn't hurt if forever sounds this sweet. Like your heartbeat next to me, then I know this kind of love runs deep. If the world gets hard to face and I'm lost without a place, I will find myself again in your grace. We are more than passing days, more than moments that just fade. In the quiet of your love, I feel safe. Through the years and through the change, through the joy and through the pain, I will love you just the same, won't change. If my voice begins to shake and my heart begins to break, you will hold me through the dark till it fades. If the world becomes too loud and I'm drowning in the crowd, I will hear you calling softly, pull me out. Your love feels like slow sunrise, like a dream that never dies. Every breath, every life feels alive. was hiding in a crowded mind, lost between the lines I tried to find. Every truth I tried to hold fell behind. I was running from the way I feel, building walls I thought were real. Every moment felt like something I concealed. Then you came without a fight, not with force but quiet light. And in your presence I could face what's inside. You don't ask me to pretend, you just let me start again. And in the calm of what you give, I descend into truth. No more hiding in your love, I'm free. Every part of me can finally breathe. Every scar, every piece finds release. If forever feels like this, like a truth I can't resist, then I know that love exists here with you. We don't need to shape the night, we just let it turn to light. Every silence feels like something right. You don't hold me out of fear, you just stay and keep me near. Like a mirror soft and clear, you appear. They say love can break apart, lose its way and lose its heart. But what we have is deeper than where words start. When your fingers touch my skin, like they've always known within, I don't need to hide again, this is me. No more hiding in your love, I remain. Through the joy and through the pain, every doubt, every strain falls away. If forever softly real, then it's something I can feel. In your arms, I finally learned to heal. If the world begins to change and we're standing in the rain, I will still be here with you just the same. We are written in the deed, in the promises we keep, not in words but in the way we don't leave. Through the years that rearrange, through the loss and through the change, I will love you just the same, won't change. If the world becomes too loud and I'm lost within the crowd, I will find you in the calm we allow. If my voice begins to break and my heart begins to shake, you will hear me in the love that I made. No more hiding
no more hiding. I'm right here. In your love, crystal clear. I was holding on to empty space, trying hard just to feel okay. Every breath felt out of place, like it slipped away. I was living in a fragile state, half of love and half of faith. Every moment came too fast, I couldn't stay. Then you found me in between all the things I couldn't be, and somehow in your quiet love I could breathe. You don't rush what I become, you just stay and let it come. And in the calm of what you give, I belong. You're the air I come back to when I'm lost. Every breath leads me across every doubt, every cost I've been through. If forever feels this true, then it's written into you. In your love I finally feel like me. We don't need to chase the light, we just live inside the night. Every silence feels like something right. You don't hold me out of fear, you just stay and keep me near. Like a rhythm soft and clear, you are here. They say love can fade away, lost within the weight of days. But what we have don't drift apart, it stays. When your fingers touch my hand, like they always understand, I don't need a bigger plan, here I stand. You're the air I come back to, I remain through the joy and through the pain. Every breath, every name feels the same. If forever softly real, then it's something I can feel. In your arms I finally learn to heal. If the world begins to close and I'm sinking in the lows, I will still be reaching out for your soul. We are written in the air, in the way we always care, not in words